Seaweeds are farmed across the world's oceans for food, medicine, pet and animal feeds, and can even be found as an ingredient in toothpaste. Seaweed farming is usually done along the coast in tidal zones, in both tropical and temperate climates. People working in seaweed production in Scotland and Norway have diverse careers, but share a passion for the ocean.
Hi, my name's Rihanna Rees and I work for Mara Seaweed, a company that makes seaweed seasonings available to everyone across the UK and around the world.
Hello, my name is Christian Bruckner. I'm a biologist. I started in the Norwegian Research Institute Bioforsk, which is basically an agriculture institute which tried to establish a seaweed production and algae production in Norway. I also founded my own company together with a Norwegian investor where we produce seaweed seedlings and sell them. This company is called Polar.
Both Rihanna and Christian were drawn to careers in seaweed through their interest in a greener world.
I got into a career in seaweed after doing my master's in global environmental history. I wanted to focus on something that had a significant impact on society and also in the story that tells us about how to improve the world and make the world better. I wanted something that could be historically linked to where we are now and also be part of the future of remediation and bettering ourselves and our blue planet.
I was mainly interested in marine bacteria degrading microalgae blooms that regularly occur in the Baltic Sea due to human pollution due to anthropogenic influences.
I loved my job because I get to talk to so many different kinds of people. People who are interested in learning about the impact of seaweed and the story that it tells. I love being able to tell stories at dinner parties about how people used to make planes out of seaweed or use seaweed in the First World War because there was an embargo and they needed potash, and seaweed was a great source of potash. I love finding out all this information and also finding out about people who are really excited about using seaweed.
My daily work involves some things as project development, working with scientific data, but also field work. I like that it's never getting boring this way.
Seaweed can be harvested from the wild or farmed by attaching small seed seaweeds to ropes attached to the tidal zones. Once collected, seaweeds are sterilized, then chopped or dried and packaged. Some seaweeds are dried using dehydrating drying chambers or simply the sun prior to being packaged.
Europe is rather underdeveloped if we compare this to Asia. In Asia, seaweed is a major industry. In Asia, seaweed farming has been developed systematically since the 1950s. Procedures were developed to control this life cycle so that seaweeds could be produced in artificial systems, in artificial farming systems. In Asia, most of the seaweed is actually used for food. Seaweeds in Europe are collected from nature. Here in Europe, I see it as a major challenge, but also a major potential to produce farmed seaweed. We have a lot of area for seaweed production that we can use. We have very good weather and other environmental conditions like nutrients that are available. And we could also couple this to fish farming. If we couple seaweed production to fish farming, we could utilize the nutrients released by the fish production as a fertilizer for the seaweeds.
Seaweed farming has minimal impact on the environment, as there is plenty of room to grow seaweed and it doesn't require any inputs like feed. If well managed, it can be a low-impact source of micronutrients for vegans and omnivores alike.
Seaweed has a significant cultural link with the coastal community of Scotland. Back in 1750, there was a kelp boom where people from Ireland taught people in Scotland how to use seaweed to their advantage. There was also a culture of eating seaweed in times of desperation, and that's the storyline I love most about seaweed, is that people used it in times of desperation and now it's a superfood. So back in the 1800s, almost 100,000 people were employed along the Outer Hebrides and also some of the other islands off the coast of Scotland. Now it's just a few people starting up again a long time after the Industrial Revolution. So we're getting back to our roots and learning how to incorporate seaweed into our daily lives. I could talk about seaweed for forever. I hope that you were able to understand a bit why I love seaweed and why it gets me so excited. And I hope you'll be excited about seaweed as well. Thank you.